Hello everybody and welcome to episode 6 of the Bosporan Kingdom campaign for Imperator Rome, the 1.2 Cicero Beta. Now we left off in the last episode gearing up for war against Sarmatia, but before we jump into that and catch up with everything going on there, it's worth looking around the map as we do sometimes. So let's have a look back in Britain. Dumnonia and Damnonia, these two tribes here, were kind of the favourites to win, and they haven't really done too much in the last 10 years. It looks like Damnonia are getting pushed in, and Dumnonia have definitely lost territory, while the Icenia have actually got territory here, here, and here. So they're kind of expanding in a different way, just in a spotty direction, I guess. Then we have Avionia, just kind of the notable tribe that's taken hold of Denmark, almost solidified it completely. Nothing really too substantial going on in Gaul, just a whole lot of infighting. So I actually kind of like how that's always been represented that way. It always seems to really balance itself out. When one guy gets big, a bunch of people jump on him, he gets small, and it keeps kind of shifting around. Now down in Iberia, some tribes are actually starting to kind of solidify themselves as major powers, or, well, not major powers, you know what I mean. They're starting to kind of be major players within the peninsula itself. So we have Visaea, Lusonia, Cisantia, and the Editania and Tartessia. So very interesting sizes to all of these. They're kind of just grouping up a little bit more, but Carthage are really the interesting thing in Iberia, where they are pushing their way in from the southeastern coast and kind of going inwards, and they're almost surrounding other smaller nations that no doubt they're either going to integrate or just destroy at some point later. Nothing too crazy going on with Rome. We saw that Istria was attacking them, but doesn't look like they made any gains. Don't know who won or lost the war. Maybe it was a stalemate. And it looks like Rome pushed back the Samnites no problem, but the Samnites are being attacked by Lucania, and Lucania are also attacking Apulia, so these guys might wake up and become a bit bigger of a threat. In Greece, kind of hard to say. A lot of stuff has been kind of rotating a lot. Aetolia are now one of the smallest. Boeotia are getting a bit bigger. Athens re-emerged, as we saw in the previous episode. Nothing else too crazy going on there. Sparta's still holding out strong. Not really growing, though. Egypt are currently in a war with Phrygia, and they just had a war previously with Kush, so they lost some territory to the south, and Axum took some territory on the south of Kush, so they're almost being pushed up northwards, and Himyar have expanded a little bit across. So yeah, in that war, we can't really see exactly what's going on right now, but essentially it looks like Phrygia have a couple pieces of territory, nothing too crazy. I don't know if really anything else has changed. We can look at it a little bit more in detail later. And then, of course, we saw that the Seleucid Empire has just broken down completely, although I think they are slightly building back up, because I think they took some more territories here and here that they didn't really have before. Kind of hard to tell. Parthia has been totally overrun. Bactria seem to be doing okay, and they're kind of just fighting to take their stuff back. Carmania are probably one of the biggest ones that are... Well, it's kind of hard to tell, right? If we do this view, we can really see the actual livable, colonizable territory. So some of them seem a little bit bigger than they are. And then Moria. Moria seem to be pretty thick, I would say, with a thick wall here against where the Seleucid Empire used to be. It doesn't seem like they're taking advantage of the guys that have broken up just yet. And Camarumpa seemed to take a little bit of territory out of them when they had that war with Sumpa. Not that much, but they did make some gains. And Moria are at war with Boja and Rathika to the south. And that's pretty much the main things that I've seen happen. Nothing around our theater has changed too much. We had Thrace collapse and break apart, but we've kind of gone through all that. Thrace do still exist in this little pocket here. And they're no longer our ally. Macedon and Bithynia are allies, so we're going to have to see what we can kind of do about that, whether or not we can ally one, get them to turn against each other, or ally someone else. We already have Colchis, and maybe combined we can attack them together. Paphlagonia might be a good one as well. One of these has to be our ally again, so we can kind of break them down and break them apart, I think, and then we can turn on them later. So, like I said, let's focus back on where we are. We're looking to take out Sarmatia. Now, also, I might be speaking a bit weird. Sorry if I am. It's 1 a.m. when I'm recording this one, so it's quite late. Can't be too loud. I have a little bit of soundproofing in this room, but I'd just be a bit worried that neighbors and stuff might complain if they can hear me through the walls. Maybe my girlfriend as well, and she's sleeping, so apologies for that. So I might sound just a little bit different. Also, my voice is getting pretty sore from all this, so we'll have to just rest it a bit. So yeah, anyway, Sarmatia, that's what we're going to be focusing on today. And then we'll probably do some other things as well, as I'm sure different events are going to occur. We're going to have another secession not too long, because, our next ruler is 47. So unlike the first guy where we started with a very young ruler, now we're always going to be kind of inheriting rulers that are going to be in their 30s or 40s and things like that. So they're inherently just going to last a little bit longer. Or last not as long, sorry. Alright, so Sarmatia it is. Now, we know that they have quite a lot of manpower, 43k. Sarmatia is going to be joining them with their 20k manpower, so they can really field a lot. And as well, depending on their money, 328, they might be getting some mercenaries, so we have to watch out for. There's mercenaries sitting around here, for instance. So what we're going to start doing is, I think we're going to wait till we have about 15 to 20k manpower, and I think that'll be a good time to do it. And then we'll activate the fort, start drilling our armies and things like that. In fact, maybe now is a good time to start drilling them and make them really OP by the time they actually go to war. I think that's a good idea. So we'll increase the army maintenance for now, and we'll begin drilling. So drilling, for those who don't know, it's going to increase the army maintenance cost. It's got by 33%, so a third. And then the loyalty gain chance, they're all going to have a chance to gain loyalty to their specific characters and generals that are leading them. And then when they get loyal units, these guys are going to increase their power base. And then, oh, that's actually changed. They have commanded cohorts power now. I guess because they're already in charge of an army. When those guys become loyal, that gets really high, and then they start making even more money, and it kind of goes to their head and their loyalty falls. So we'll have to, you know, always be aware of that. This is a young commander here, Mashatas Kasaki. This is Kasaki's cavalry, of course, isn't it? Yes, it is. See, I'm learning them. So yeah, so Kasaki's cavalry. Just got to make sure they're not too crazy. I think it would be good to have, yeah, light cavalry somewhat in the middle, and then the flanking with the archers, because they've got more maneuverability, I believe. Maneuver 5, maneuver 3. Yeah, so the guys that have more maneuver, when a battle line happens, the guys that have more maneuverability can fight more tiles inwards, so they can kind of fight down the line a bit further, rather than these guys which are a bit more inward, so hopefully that works out. Alright, let's let time play. It's March 1st, 502 AUC. We have a new omen that we can enact, actually. Maybe we should do that. I'm going to go with the... I'm going to go again with the Freeman Happiness. I think we're not really playing the diplomatic game well enough. It's something I always overlook. So let's just take stock of our allies and things right now. So these guys are pretty happy with us. Macedon, we are improving their opinion, but they... Okay, we could actually have an ally in them. I think we're going to do that. I think it's a good, wise move. Solid ally right there. Now, they could get attacked from Messenia or something like that. We might be called to help them, but they've got really strong armies. They're really tall, I would say, right now. And they took pretty good territories that are all Hellenic, so they're not going to have any trouble. They're not going to be breaking apart or anything like that. And Bithynia is their ally as well. So this is a strong kind of area here. I wonder our... Yeah, so the Adrician Kingdom, or the Adricia, are actually still part of, or a vassal of Thrace. I wonder if they're going to think about breaking away anytime. We'll have to see. Alright, let's keep it going. So let's take a look at... There's a few things that I've been kind of neglecting. We don't really have the money to be building, although we're making good money, even with the army being paid for now. We're not paying for the forts or the fleet. Ah, here we go. War. It's so weird that when war happens, it doesn't pause, but it pauses for so many other things. So we lost wine and leather, but war has occurred now between Armenia, declared war upon Colchis. We're now obliged to help. Colchis, Bosporan Kingdom, and Iberia have all rallied together to defend in this war. So Colchis are here, and Armenia is after attacking them, and Iberia, myself, and Colchis are going to help. Now I might come down and see if we can do something here. We might be able to land down here and just give it a go. We have military access with Henokia. We should have military access with Colchis. Let's just double check. Maybe we don't need to take the boats. A bit too risky. This is what I love in this game. When you're planning to do something, and in strategy games in general, like you're planning something and then something just unexpected happens. So it just uproots everything. Now, I still kind of want to go for Sarmatia. And no doubt we're going to drain our manpower in this fight. I don't know. Maybe I should still... Ah, but Colchis are now... Colchis are really the backbone for me to do that. So if I attack these guys now, it'll be too difficult to fight Sriracha. Or I keep calling them like Sriracha sauce or whatever it's called. Right, let's ask for military access. Let's make sure we have it with our vassal, right? Yeah. Okay, let's commit to it. I think we're gonna help our buddies out. Because there's an argument to be made like, oh, well, we want this coast maybe eventually. Why not just let them die? That's an argument, but Armenia are so big, I think it's too risky to do that. Like, we're just next on the chopping block if we do that. So let's take a look at Armenia, right? What do they got? Low manpower. I'm liking what I see. 43 cohorts. Not looking too big. Now, they might be bringing some people in eventually. They might call some allies and things like that. So let's see what they've got. They have an ally with the Seleucid Empire. Now, we know that they're just crumbling and busy, so they're not going to be coming. They're defensive pact with Atropatene. So maybe they could do something there, but I don't think so when it's a defensive pact. I don't think so anyway. So we should this should be possible. Now, who's the war leader in this fight? It seems like I'm guessing it's Colchis, right? If I was to sue for peace, you can't abandon your allies. I think it's Colchis. I don't know how to tell, really. I mean, I'm up here, like Bosporan Kingdom, Armenia. Is that always the case? I'm bigger than Colchis, right? So I'm guessing it's me. They have 37 territories. I have 55, I think. What do I have? I have 63. Wow. Yeah, so I should be the war leader in this one, I think. And we should activate the war music. Boom. All right, let's start moving our army south then. So let's have a look at the good supply for this guy anyway. Let's have a look at the biggest army. What's the supply like for them? You know what? Let's we need to kick one or two of these units out because they're just causing supply issues, I think. So what I'm going to do is recruit to the army, one more heavy cav, and we're going to lose 2 light infantry. Yeah. Oh my god, they're like so loyal. It's actually just the cavalry that aren't. Well, what we might have to do, because it is just too much, we need to then pay off some of the veterans. Oh, we don't have the money for it though. Yikes. Alright then, so in that case, we'll just have to deal with it for now. So what I'm going to do is go to recruit, cancel that course, and we'll just deal with what we have. So let's start moving south. We'll bring some down to the forts. And this bigger army we're going to leave maybe here, just in case we get attacked in the north for now. Now we have 2 trade routes not in use. So let's see what we could get. It looks like nobody wants to trade with us right now. We can get wood, and that's about it. Wow, why is it so bad? It's not too bad, but yeah, it's bad. Well, we've got 2 things that we're not trading then. That kind of sucks. We might have to figure that out later. Something that I would do if I wasn't recording this right now, because it's very laborious work, but you can move slave pops, and we could generate, you know, more resources if we wanted. So if I was to have a look at like this and see, maybe go population map mode and see where the most slaves are. God, it's like the worst UI screen I've ever seen. But see where like the majority of slaves are, or where is really close to having 10. So for instance, there's 7 here, 6 there. So this kind of thing means that like if we get up to like 10 or 15, then we can use that area to create a new trade good and just trade it to ourselves. And that way we can get our own capital surpluses for different things. So for instance, like fish, we make a lot of fish around, just in general, because of all the coastline. So we make fish here, like all here, all this stuff is all fish. So for instance, having 10 slaves here, well, actually I think it's 15 for the next surplus. So having that there would be great, because then we could just ship the extra fish off to the capital, and that way we get a global modifier for having it, as an example. It's just a bit laborious, so I'm not going to do that now, because there's only 2 slaves there right now as well, so I don't really know. There's fish here. There's 9 slaves here, so this is the kind of thing. Maybe we could just try it, right? Let's go view pops, move pops to this territory, and we'll see if we can move them around. Now the different thing is, and you can only move slaves, so we know what we're getting. And it's costing 5 gold each time. Okay, not too bad. So I kind of want to move them out of the cities, right? We don't really need them in a lot of cities. Okay, so that's quite a lot. How many are we up to now? 17. So now we're making 2 fish, right? And we've got a route that we could trade this out. So if we go like this, import fish, and then we can trade it from Bosporanum. That's now going to give us national freeman happiness 5%. That's how you do it. So that's just a little bit of trade gameplay there, I guess. Now, we do have another route, but we'd need to find really wine or leather or salt or olives. So, oh man, it's a bit of a pain to try and look for that stuff. Salt would give us fort defense, actually, which would be quite good to get, I think. But we're never, I don't think, yeah, well, maybe we could try bring slaves here and see what happens. Okay, let's try it. Move pops to this territory. We've got 4 here. We just need to make sure we never take them from somewhere down south. Now, they're only going to come generally from the province, actually, I think. Ah, we're out of money, actually, no? Okay, so that's really the most we can do. How many do we get? We got 10. Still not enough for a surplus. Pretty close. Every 20 slaves provides a surplus because it is a city, I think. So the slaves needed for surplus is double. So not very efficient, actually, when I think about it. But somewhere... This is also a city. Yeah, that's just the way we built the cities. That's kind of interesting, though. You have to think about what resource to build them on. All right, let's just get to the main thing. Citizen ratio is getting kind of worse. Pretender support, scorned families. Don't have to worry too much. We have an active claim coming on Sarmatia. All right, we're moving south. Let's see what's coming in to attack these guys. Let's see what their fort situation is like, really. That's kind of the important thing. Oh, no. One of the pretenders to the heir. Yeah, or sorry, one of the pretenders to the line. So the brother of the king, one of the youngest brothers actually, he's died at the age of 22 and he's succumbed to lunacy. So he's just mad. He had dysentery, lunatic infection. Oh man, he was just really, really sick. Yeah, so he died at the age of 22. That's rough. Well, we got our claim on the north as well, which is kind of interesting, but we don't really have the time to do this. We need to keep Colchis in the game, in alive. And when I say in the game, I'm not breaking immersion. I mean, we need to keep them in the game. Not the video game. Looks like they're running straight back down to fight this fight there. They're not afraid at all. I want to come down and fight for these forts, because if we can get a bit of coastline, that'd be great. I don't know if we'll ever get the territory, though. And we can't claim while we're at war, so there's nothing we can do about that. I also don't want to just waste my time, you know. A discreditable dalliance. Oh, we had this kind of thing before. A young woman named... So this king, he's following in his father's footsteps. He's after having a baby with someone else. And we can say, what do we want to do with this? Now, this baby isn't as good as that first baby. It's actually 0 Marshal 176. So we can say the baby's of royal blood. We can marry this person instead. And she is not as good as Calliope. So we might just try to make this go away. And our wife would like us for that. We'll lose some legitimacy. Keep it secret, but the child will never want for anything. Let's just make this disappear and see what happens in the long run, if anything. We can just about afford to do that. So we're in the negative now, but we should basically earn that in 2 months. Hopefully we don't get a deficit event. We did. But we actually just gained 160. So sometimes there's 6 events I think that can happen when you go into a deficit. That's the best one. So we got lucky with that. Looks like they're going to lose a battle down here. We need military access with these guys. Do we have it? Okay. It seemed to let me come into the territory anyway, but we've now officially got military access. Hard to tell where they're going. They're moving to here, and they're going to arrive on the 9th of October. So it's not really a problem for us. So I'm going to keep going. This is our mounted, our cavalry, Kasaki's cavalry. So, oh, look, they're actually building a fort here. That's such a shame. I'm going to go there then and see if we can lift this up. And then when they get the fort built, there's actually a lot of them going that way. So I'm going to go this way. We'll just fight our own fight. Kind of attack them from the other side. Our other army's all the way up there. Hopefully you guys can follow this. I don't really like using this mode, but I guess it is quite clear, I suppose. Doing this might be even clearer. I don't know. Battle happening. It looks like the Armenians are just wrecking up there. You know what we didn't check is how much money do they have? 225. So they could maybe get a bunch of mercenaries to help them out. But they're very low on manpower, so that's good. Alright, well we're capturing some territory, which is nice. And by the way, when we're fighting in these territories, we're going to be taking back the pops to our capital and stuff, or nearby our nearest capitals, nearest province capitals. This guy died of dysentery, and he was a philosophus. Okay, philosophus. So what we're going to do as well, I just thought of it, up the fleet maintenance. We're going to bring our fleet south, and we can then do a port raid and stuff down here. And that'll be great. Yeah, so we just got a pop. I didn't see where it went. Oh, it went to our capital. Nice, it was a slave. And we could actually really get far in and just harass whatever has the most pops, you know? Kind of hard to see, actually. It's all Armenian territory, pretty much. Are they forts? What's this about? It just lists where the capitals are. Okay. 11 slaves here. Well, we'll just work our way across naturally, I think, actually. There's barely any forts this way. So we have free run of the country here, and having these... You know what? Let's let's split. And we can cover more ground just a little bit quicker. We'll recombine. We won't go too far away from each other. No. Actually, we do have a lot of money, so maybe we should do this. Army morale recovery, diplomatic range. Oh man, these are expensive. I don't know what determines the cost, but it's gone up. And this guy is terrible. Let's get someone else. Okay, cool. Alright, good. That's a good plan. So, yeah, we should be able to diminish the forts here. Raid the ports. The Armenian ports on this side. Do pretty well, I think. Because it looks like Armenia are busy off here. Colchis and their ally is invading Iberia. Good. As long as we don't encounter stuff down here. And I don't think we will. 1-2 Pantacapian and 1-2 Gorgipia. So, Gorgipia. No, it is our territories. I was just making sure it doesn't go to an ally instead. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, let's bring the fleet down. Yeah, actually we can't afford a megapolireme, can we? No, not yet. So, Tauricus. Let's see where that is. Tauricus. Cool. So they're just going... I don't know what determines this. You know, why did some go there and some go here? I don't know why, but whatever. What are they building here? A farming settlement? Nope. I don't think so. And can we do anything? Can we, like... damage the cities? Desecrate the holy sites? Can we do that? Cavalry is not in a siege. Oh, maybe after we've defeated them. A religious proceeding. A struggle between the religious echelons of our society and the peasants has recently come into light as the populace at large feel like the religious ceremonies are inaccessible and distant. So we actually had this before. The priests will be left alone, or we could gain some stability and loyalty. A religious proceeding will appease both sides, or we could just get 10 stability, but we'll suffer the omen power. So we'll go in the middle one. It's just a kind of a positive option all around. So let's see if we can desecrate some holy sites or something. Salmalasso is the capital of Armenia, so you can only do it on the capital. Okay. Where's their capital then? It's here. What does that do actually? I didn't even look at what it does. So we pay 2 aggressive expansion, but they lose happiness across the board in all the cities, all the pops there. And their omen power is reduced. Wow, okay. Right, our navy is just about here. Good. Still not really coming across any resistance, which I guess is nice. So, port raid. There are no ongoing sieges without a breach. Okay, so yeah, we can't raid the port until we're actually sieging the fort here. And that's gonna force their fleet to come out when we do that. And port assault. Navy must have a megapolireme, which you don't have. Slave raid. Oh man, that'd be great. We need the tradition, the victor's spoils. I don't think that's available to us, is it? Oh, it is. It's down here. Yeah, we just don't have the military experience for that yet. That'll be great though when we get there. Alright, that's kind of cool. Capture port. Navy must have 5 or more heavy ships. That's a really interesting one. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. You have 5 heavy ships, and you can just click that button, and you instantly get this territory if there's no army on it, which there isn't. There's a fleet in there, but we actually capture the port even with them in there. It's a bit silly, and it forces them out, though, and you have to have that battle then. So I guess it's kind of like as if you're fighting the battle, but for some reason we get the fort straight away. I think it should be like, if there's a fleet in there, then it immediately starts the battle. You force them out, rather than gives you the territory first. Or it just says you just can't do it because there's a fleet in there. I don't know. Something like that. Man, they're building all over the place. They're building farming settlements everywhere. Looks like Colchis are beating them back. At least in one particular battle. So where's my other army? There it is. So this has to be the one that comes down and actually does the siege. And for some reason, it's going to go through the fleet. I don't want it to do that. Oh, because there's actually... this is a different country. This is Trapezus. Alright. We'll have to hop across then. I'm going to hop across to... oh yeah, no, there's no army here. I keep thinking there is one, because it looks like it. But there's a mercenary army and then a fleet. Anyone want to import anything? No? Okay. Olympic Games, who are we going to send? The governor or a researcher? This governor is 0 finesse, so he's terrible. So let's send him. Let's never have him again. Also, it hasn't told me that my governor's gone. That's kind of weird. Well, maybe I read it wrong. He might be a friend of a governor or something. All right, let's keep capping. This is actually a city. It's just really low. Oh no, there's 15 pops here. I just assumed because of the buildings there wasn't many. Now we are blazing a trail. So what are they still haven't brought in any allies or anything. We're at 14 positive war score, which is great. And then I have a number 5 down here. And I think that's somehow my contribution to it. I think that's why it said 0 before when it was like -40 overall in the war. But like mine was different. I don't know if that makes sense. Alright, so those are going to be the 2 last places I kind of cap before I move back this way, I think. Let's have a look at the population mode. Okay. Army is almost there. And we've been building manpower this whole time, so this is great. You know, we can just bring this all back north when we need to. Oh, big battle. Not looking good, although cultures still have a lot more manpower, I think, than these guys. So I think they're going to be okay. And we should be crippling them sort of economically, and we're taking pops back all the time. I really should have checked how many pops we had. We're up to 275 slaves. That slave number is growing so high, man. I'd be terrified we'd have some major slave rebellion or something. Something I want to check is we have centralized population here. I just want to see, this is now up to 20, it's still at 22, but we're really close to getting a lot of these migrations done now. I'll be very interested to see how big that's going to get, just like over the next year. Olympics concluded, better luck next time. He didn't really do anything. So pops, not very many. Alright, let's head back. So the guy's going to cross the ships, then land here, and then when we start sieging, I think we can do the port assault. Yeah, so now we can do it. Port raid. A breach is added to the siege. Now, a breach, I don't know if that really makes us win it any faster. I think it does. Yeah, it only really counts if you're planning on assaulting, which I don't think we are. But let's do it anyway. So we've got 1 breach now. Maybe it might cause something to happen, I don't know. But it does mean that if we did assault it, it'd be a little bit easier going. But the garrison's quite big, so we're not going to do that. We keep stealing pops. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Looks like we're winning some battles out here as well. Cool. Alright, that war is going very well so far. Just hope I'm planning on getting... I just feel like I'm going to get attacked from these guys. We're lacking a commander. Oh yeah, on the army we split. That's fine. Got a lot of scorned families, but these guys don't really have much prestige or power, so that the families don't really matter. We can kind of ignore that feature of the game until... It'd be different if they had power and then they became scorned, because then they'd actually be able to do something. And sometimes if they're scorned badly enough or for long enough, they still do cause a problem. Status quo. Alright, they're losing some garrison strength now. And because this is cavalry, these guys just blaze a trail, man. They go so fast. You can barely even keep up with them. Artales and Sinara. Alright, they're the next 2 to go. Religious advances. Have we made an advance on Civic 3 yet? No. That's the one we're waiting for, because then we can enact new laws. That's what I've kind of been saving my influence for. Defenders are deserting. Cool. That looks cool, that image. I love that, by the way. You can see the breach in the wall. The smoke and stuff. It's getting worse. I love that. That's great. This is what they should have for cities. You know, cities, normal cities should have a picture that changes over time as the city grows. Like, they've done it for sieges, so just do it for everything else. A little touch of art here and there really adds a lot to the game to people that are a little bit less inclined to love staring at a map for long. Gameplay is important. Never sacrifice the gameplay, but, you know, adding that art on top just makes everybody happy. That pop went to Theodosia. I wonder why that is. Why would it go here rather than where it has been going, which is here. We're up to 34 pops now, man. We have brought back a lot. And the optimal ratio, we're actually going to be growing citizens now because we're flooding it in with slaves. So this number is getting lower. The current ratio of pops is getting lower. So these slaves are going to end up promoting up to freemen or to citizens, which is nice. It's cool. I guess, yeah, like I'm trying to think of it practically, you know. Slaves are arriving at a city, and then within a couple of years they're citizens. I mean, I guess it's not technically necessarily them, but it kind of is. I mean, it is actually, really. If there's not going to be any slaves left, then it definitely is. But I suppose if it was a city that was just so affluent, maybe they just bought all their freedom or something. I don't know. Can't really think of a justifiable way to kind of justify that. Anyway, plot whispers in the dark. So it looks like this guy is planning to attack us. Our son. Oh no, he's not our son. He's our brother. Younger brother of it's a half brother actually. The greatest threat to any nation comes from without, not from without, but from within. So should we, basically, our spies at the court are certain that this guy, a man who has made no secret of his ambitions, is looking to do away with the competition. Nonsense. We should put our faith in our subjects and he'll gain extra loyalty. He's on 37. Or we could say, pay to have him closely observed. I'm going to have faith in him. He's rash, devout, proud, founder. I'm going to go out on a limb here and try to just raise his loyalty. And bribe him. So now he's up to 67 loyalty. Now leave us alone, yeah? He's investing in opportunities now. He's not going to be killing anybody. Don't be silly. So Halikinus Zenonid died. Oh no. There's a governor up here in the north. He's only governing one city. Not a big deal. Just give that to someone who's scorned. Make them happy. And what we can do up here actually is centralize. So try to pull as many pops towards that city as we can. Now can we do that port raid again? You can only do it against a place that doesn't have a breach already. I see. So that could really turn the tide and make it a very quick attack, but we're not going to be using it now. The meeting of minds. Oh, so there is a plot. He's still going ahead with it. He's been spending increasing quantities of time with another petty claimant to our throne. Iphicrates Spartakid. Is he another brother? He is one of the other brothers. The two are natural enemies, these two, but it might be wise to be careful. Oh, so, you know, we're worried because they're paying attention to each other, but they're normally enemies. Unfortunately, we're unable to acquire much information, so it's troubling. Or we could lose that money that we've fought so hard to get. And he'll be kicked out of the plot. Perhaps we could convince him not to get involved. Okay, let's try that. We're at -1 gold. Desperate measures. Oh no, we're after losing 5 stability because we had -1. Oh well, we kind of deserved it after we got free money before, but it's so annoying because we had positive money. It's just that way. For 1 month, we didn't. Black news indeed. Let's give that old stab hit. Alright, our armies are now split, so it's a little bit dangerous, but I'm not too worried. Let's just let's get down here and then push back north and get these armies to meet back up. Those cavalry armies are doing great work. And we're about to win this siege, and then we'll push to the other town. The other fort. Awesome. Oh, we've got a battle. Oh yeah, the battle is that the these ships are coming out. Now, they've got ship damage done -10%. They're using... I don't know which boarding tactic that is. It looks like this one. So, what do we want to do? Do extra damage and we'll take more damage? Yeah, okay, why not? Ramming tactics. I don't know. I really don't know the trade-off there, how that's going to work out. We'll see. What kind of ships do they have? 12 light ships, 2 medium. Yeah, we should win. Their tactic worked. Mine didn't, but we seem to have just won anyway. Infighting. These two dastardly claimants to the throne of Bosporan Kingdom who have been plotting together to cause all manners of seemingly falling foul of one another. So much so, it seems that Andronicus, this one, is reportedly marching a band of hired thugs to the dwelling of this guy, his brother, at this very moment. If you wish to intercede, now would be the time. Now, before I do this, I actually just want to get a bit of background on these guys. Do they have the same mother? They do. So I was just wondering if it was, what's her name? Yeah, if it was Santa, that's her name. her son is well, actually he's Bosporan in culture, but I guess he's wearing some of the clothes because she's Maeotian. That's interesting. He's actually Bosporan, which means Hellenistic, but it's like, and he's depressed. That's sad. I mean, he's only 12. But that's really interesting. He's kind of carrying that over. And her other son or daughter is Olympia. And she has a new spouse now. She's kind of taking care of herself. Ah, so this is actually interesting. So she's had 2 kids. Now we remember, if you remember, her first kid wasn't in in this list for some reason. For some reason, it's just in a random list. And it's going to be hard to remember exactly how old that person is, but it was a boy. And it would have been... This is him, Leostratus, because he's already got a lot of traits. So this is the out-of-wedlock kid that was born, that caused so much drama. Yeah, so Mother Santa. So we can see that father dead, you know, 3 of the siblings are dead. Really interesting, this character. Assertive, righteous, and miserly. But ultimately, he wants to become a politician. That's so cool. So ultimately, you know, he's not within the royal family anymore. I don't think he has a claim. But it'd be cool if we could somehow get him in. Somehow. I don't know how we do it. I'm going to do this, by the way. Bosporan Kingdom pays 100 influence, and we get civilization change increase. So we'll just raise the civilization value everywhere as fast as we can. Or just by a little bit more. Let's do that. Right, so the infighting between these 2 characters. So are we going to step in, stop this guy from beating the crap out of him, potentially killing him? We'll lose 15 influence, and they'll both gain loyalty. Or we can say no. So yeah, we'll do that. We won the fleet battle. We lost 0 ships. They lost 3. And they're retreating north. And they're dead. That's it. So it looks like Colt just kind of came in and mopped up the rest of the ships. Maybe they even got the rest of them. I'm going to go... We've got a ton of experience, man, from that. Jeez. What the hell? We've got 100% experience nearly. We never drilled this. You can't drill fleets, I don't think. Anyway, we're going to go back, heal up, and then we'll come back out. Oh, I got 3 of their ships. I mean, we started with 20. And we got that fort, so that's all good. So that territory is now ours. Poison. At a recent feast, our beloved heir Leonidas was making merry when he fell mysteriously and suddenly ill. So that is the firstborn to Leonidas, the woman, the second wife. I hope everybody's following this. We suspect that he might have been poisoned by those seeking to do away with the competition for the throne. Yeah, makes sense. He's the next in line. These 2 are probably like, yeah, let's poison him, get him out of the way. Call the physician. He's going to be brain damaged. So call a physician or bring a holy man, and we gain stability from that. But one of 2 options will happen. He'll either die or nothing will happen. That's a big risk. How good is he? He's actually not that good. So I think we'll do that. Or we could go, how inconvenient, continue feasting. So we can just say, like, he's going to die, the plot will end, and everybody will gain loyalty. So the next in line after him is not much better. What's his wife like? That's actually quite important. So really he is 3315 and she is 5896. So she's going to be the consort. 5896. That's not bad. What's his wife? 5896. Yeah, you know what? I kind of want him alive then because his wife is good enough. We'll take the risk. We'll gamble. We'll roll the die. 50-50. He's dead. Okay. Stability increased at least. So that's tragic. That was his brother. There's 2 other... It's weird. Like, we know his brother did that. So I'm surprised we can't do something. It's kind of weird. Anyway, he's next in line now. And he kind of sucks. And so does she. She's not too bad, but he's... Yeah. Not great. Not great. Not too much worse than it would have been anyway. It's not as bad anyway, though. Like, you know, we get manpower, recovery speed, build costs, and things like that. Things are easier if you've got good rulers, but it's not as damning as it was before, for sure. Which is good. Now, I'm wondering, can I get this area in the peace deal? Because I would love that. All this fresh Armenian territories. Once we're done taking Magnana. Oh, we've got a... Oh, it's mercenaries. And they're in exile at the moment. Last night, Philippus, the first Spartacid, encountered 2 brute thugs on the way home. Fearing for his life, he barely managed to say, man, what is with all this intrigue? Today, who should arrive to commiserate but Aphrodisius, Spartacid's self-avowed rival, flanked by the two very thugs who had committed the deed. Sadly, at this point, it's his word against that of Philippus. Well, we're him, so we know. We get tyranny, though, because I guess we can't prove it. And we lose some popularity. Or, we can say, put an end to this nonsense. And we stop seeing each other as a rival. Okay, that seems kind of easy. We only lose a bit of prestige, but we've got 1,300. I mean, I don't even know what prestige really does. You know? I mean, I don't know what that does. It seems to cause events, but ultimately, does that really matter? I don't think so. We should be arranging marriages for our daughters. I just realized that. So let's look for a guy around 22. Someone with good finesse, if possible. Maybe this guy. He's Cindy, but he is Hellenic. Okay, let's go with it. Splendid, no problems. No questions asked. What about her? Too young. Okay. Anything we can import? Vegetables. Let's just do it. We earn money on trade anyway, so we might as well get something going. The corrupt governor of Sarmatia, Europea. It seems that he's been taking advantage of his position to a degree that has left people of Sarmatia destitute. Some of our confidants who have passed through the province talk of desperate situations of unfortunate souls who barely cling to life. Not only is Callistratus Nicod not even taking care of those under his rule, but he's taking advantage of the situation for the sake of personal wealth. Isn't that what all governors do? Or outrageous. Let us send some administrators to fix up this mess. He loses loyalty. They lose the... He gains money and the place loses it. Okay. He's still in power though. I thought he was going to be removed. Uh-oh. We've got barbarians. But they're stuck on a fort that they can't really siege. So let's just rush up here and deal with them. Death in the family. Okay, doesn't really matter. There's the governor of the north. Oh, the governor of Vel. So these guys are what? Heptatic and Scythian. Do we have anyone like that? Cindy and Hellenic. Not really. We've got a Heptatic dude here. He's only 19. He's good martial. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to go with someone who's a decent, but yeah, not too important. Actually, no. Alright, cool. Let's continue the war. I'm a bit worried now because we're getting close to enemy troops, so we want to be careful not to make any silly moves and get our armies crushed. So we're going to fall back pretty soon. We could end up trying to help them out. We have so much territory. I think we can get peace, though. Liberation. The Council of Phanagoria have taken it upon themselves to free a sizable quantity of slaves. So that's going to be... here. Yeah, that's okay. For freedom, we'll gain some free men. Or we'll gain corruption and money. I kind of want the money. We'll let them be free. They're just going to promote anyway. Alright, we're going to merge these guys back up, and I don't know if we need to engage any Armenians or not. I wonder where these guys are going to stop. If we could engage them when they do stop, that'd be great. They might stop here. Not even stop. They just need to get to their own territory so that they're not in exile. So that would be a prime place they could just stay. I don't know. How are they going to do that? Because we have the fort. Yeah, they have to go around. Okay. We can't engage them, though, when they're in exile. So we just have to see what happens. Martial advances. Nice. Cool. Still waiting for this fort to be destroyed. We're getting pretty close to it, though. I should get there first, I think. Oh, yeah, that is so where they're going. Oh, we're going to have a battle with them. Oh, right. Even though it's our territory, because we occupy it, they are the owner, so they still, we still fight them. That's good. They lost their exile status. The siege has been won. So we'll crush them pretty easily. And we beat the barbarians, and we beat them as well. Excellent. Smiles all around. So, with that done, then I think we can see if we can get peace now. See if we can grab some of these territories. That'd be kind of nice. Maybe give something to Colchis. Yeah, so it looks like we can do this. Armenian. Oh, nice. Oh, but they're not going to accept it. Separate peace making gains. I'm a bit confused with that. What does that mean? I'm demanding peace. But it's a separate peace. Is that because it's really up to Colchis to do it? Not too sure. Man, that'd be so good to get some of this fat territory out here. Although I don't think there's that many pops here, but it'd be kind of nice. I just really want the coast. But we could maybe push in and get a bit more. Anyway, we can't even get this at the current rate that we're at. So we need a bit more positive. So we need to tip the war balance a bit more if we want to get that. Man, it seems like we have a lot though. Like, what more do we want? I might keep pushing this way in that case. And just keep grabbing random bits of territory. We're up to 20,000 manpower now, which is just great. I guess we could chase and see where they go. I mean, they might go down here. Go with the cavalry. Yeah. I don't know what else to do, really. I mean, I feel like we're definitely ahead in this war. I mean, 45 is the overall thing. The war goal is that the defender controls the province of Iberia. So how do we get to decide? Like, it looks like I'll be breaking out a peace on my own, rather than them all getting peace, you know what I mean? So, the wars in this suck, man. They really need to just fucking fix it. It drives me mad. Stellaris has it, like, nailed, right? It's pretty much perfect in Stellaris. You fight for your claims, you fight a war together, you have multiple claims, you peace out, or you can get vassalage, you can get multiple things. It just all works and makes sense. This is so complicated, and like, you can't do what you want to do. There's all these artificial rules. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not even just about like freeing up the player. It's just making it a little bit more practical, you know? Like that Macedonian thing where they actually beat Thrace, but they were still in the war. That didn't make any sense. Their war was to take out Thrace and Rhodop, and they did that, you know? So it's just weird. 40 to 55. So yeah, it just says peace offer negative, months at war negative, capital negative. What's wrong with the what do you mean capital? That's not their capital. It's just one area. Oh, maybe because they hold their capital? That could be it. Do they hold their capital? They do. Maybe that's the case. Maybe we should rush their capital then. What's over there? 37,000. They do actually have a lot. You know what? We're gaining a lot of pops doing this, so I don't care. I don't even care if I get those territories. We're getting so much pops out of it. We're going to be laughing by the end of it. Might bring these boys down. Where could they go? They could head down here maybe and sit on that fort. Help out a bit. I wonder would it be better just to hop on the boats and go. It would be quicker. So let's do that. Meanwhile, we're just stealing pops. But the goal now is to kind of only engage them when we can see a big pitched battle and we feel like we can help turn the tide. That's really the best we can do. And if this number goes up, then great. Then we'll peace out of our war. Yeah, again, I really should have kept track of actually how many pops we have. What do we got? 673. We've got a lot. How's it going? So disloyal characters. This guy's pretty disloyal. Don't even know who he is. It's not a threat. This guy, he actually is a bit more of a threat. He's got some power, and he's losing loyalty from his power base actually. So if you give him more power, more things, he'll just get worse. I wonder what a regional cognomen affect him. He'll gain popularity and prestige. His family prestige is negative. He'll gain the Sarmatian. That's kind of cool because he's governing that area. Don't want to do that. We could just bribe him again. But he gains money and that'll make him disloyal. I don't know what to do to fix his loyalty then. We could give him free hands and that'll increase his loyalty, but his corruption as well. He's quite young, so we don't want to be doing that early. I mean, we can make friends with him. That might increase his loyalty. We could try that. It's crazy how much territory we've taken from Armenia now. And they're still not... They're not reeling from it yet. The benefits of power. So yeah, let's do that. So 5 tyranny, we'll lose a bit of money. Just want to see how they're doing. They have no manpower, but they have 87 cohorts. They have 1,000 gold, 2,000 gold. I thought we looked at their money before and it was not nearly that much. They have a big income though, 11. So that's really the problem. They're going to keep getting mercenaries. So, the battle-hardened soldiers under Zenonid have performed mighty acts of valor. In an act of benevolence, they've requested permission to institute a particular form of service reward unique to his army. Okay, let the soldiers have their due. They'll be more disciplined, but they might become more loyal. Okay. I just can't believe with so many territories not in their control, they're not like starting to hurt their income a bit more now. Wow, there's so many dudes here. 30,000 and they got like no morale. We need to just keep attacking those if we can. Let's try this. It's going to be tricky maneuvering here. This is so dangerous actually. No, that's too danger close. That's only one region hop away. Let's go that way. And you know what? We can force march. And we'll rush around and see if we can mop up some of these smaller armies that are coming back. Everyone likes gold? You damn right they do. Our ruler gives them money. They're taking back their territories now. What have they got here? Pretty even spread of stuff. Now, I think I can actually attach myself to a unit, I think. Not sure how to do it though. I think there's a way to do it. I know the AI can attach to me, I just don't know how to do it to them. Okay, so they're looking to come back towards me. So that probably means they're gonna beat me. So let's go this way. We've got speed. Alright, let's get this guy on the boat. And let's get the boats down here. We'll unload here. The Gladiator. A previously unknown gladiator has recently risen to great prominence in the arena. Buy and gift him to Callistratus. Damn. Yep. Alright, we've got so many dudes here now. This is excellent. Alright, let's do allow attachments. So if they want to attach to me, they can. It looks like we're actually going to have a battle here. Oh no. Friendship is being achieved. So the fort there is blocking me actually really from getting involved. But that is their capital. It's the capital of Armenia right there. Within our grasp. Kazul Varuka. No problem. What else can we do? Discipline 5%? You know it. Oh shit, they're fighting right here. Is that on the fort? It is. Let's go. Looks like they've won it easily, but in case they pile more things in, let's just get there. Yeah, we'll step away. We'll just stay on the edge, just in case we want to come in and help. And we'll wait for them to just take their... Oh, they're not actually sieging it. That sucks. You can't siege with cavalry, but it did seem to be moving up when we were there. Hopefully they'll just get the job done. I'm really being slow with these guys. I'm going to just go independent operations and see what they do. Let them just take things themselves. I'm sure they'll be fine. Supply shortage. Are they low? No, they have a good garrison. But let's just grab some of these towns here. There's cities all over the place. Look at the amount of pops. Let's pillage the crap out of this place, man. I wish I was the one taking the city, though, because I could desecrate the holy sites. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. Oh, man, it looks like we're just destroying them now. This is great. Let's just keep raiding all these pops, man. Let's go to every city I can find. Armenia is just totally buckled in. I feel like they should have some big penalty for this, you know, because they've lost so badly. They're the ones that started the war, and we're just completely annihilating them. See, this is the thing. Yeah, I guess I'm not the war leader, man, because normally I can, like, click this, and then I can give stuff to... other people. It doesn't seem like I can do that. You know, I can transfer occupation here to other countries, but it's not going to make a difference. I think they're in charge of, like, ending this. Colchis is, like, above me, so I'm guessing that's why, yeah. But why are they the war leader? I just don't get it. I'm bigger than them. Maybe because Armenia are attacking them specifically to take Iberia. I thought it always goes by who's the biggest. Oh shit, there's 28,000. If we can just get here first. Huh. I don't want to jump down there because there's a river. It looks like they're heading straight to the capital though. Yeah, maybe not. Chief Magistrate Adashir offers friendship from Henokia. No. Now we can get involved. And we'll crush them, even though the terrain is against us. Oh, the cavalry went in first. Cavalry's so crazy, man. Kasaki's cavalry goes in for the initial skirmishing. Wrecked. Oh! Maybe not. They're after bringing in that reinforcement. That second wind, I think, is going to clinch it for them. Damn. That was a good move on their part. Let's just fall back then a bit. Well, before I fall back, let's just... I think we can peace out. That's all I want, really. I've gotten all the pops I want. Well, I mean, we could go for more territory. Oh, they won't give it to us anyway, so that's fine. I think I'm happy with that, because there's 2 forts here. We're well defended. We've just got a little sliver of territory. We've got, after getting a huge amount of pops, we can go back up north and get that tribal vassal. So I'm out. There you're after getting a huge amount of territory back. But it looks like, yeah, Colchis are still in. Colchis is still in it. I couldn't risk it, you know, because Colchis could end that war and really not give me anything. And ultimately, I don't really care if they die, because we want to take them out eventually. So we're going to ship the armies back up north. And then we'll go to Sarmatia and immediately start that war to get our manpower up. Now our manpower has gone up quite a bit actually, but it's not going to be as good as it should be. Governor of down here. Oh yeah. Right, so we got a new governor down here. Boom. We could import something. Let's just get a little. Let's get a little grain. Excellent. So they should be fine now. I don't think we ever paid for forts in this, did we? Well, we can turn all that off now. We're making 16. Yeah, boy. Excellent. It's because we got so many slaves. 27 from taxes alone now. So we're going to buff that while we have these slaves, I think. And see what we can do. Pop conversion speed would be nice. 114 for a technology now. That's so much money, man. I guess it's scaling well with our size. War refugees. Welcome them. A free man appears in Magnana, or Armenia gains an opinion of us. Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to be pissing off Armenia. Looks like they're, you know, they should be able to win. And we got out of there just as we were losing, as we started kind of suffering some losses. These guys can actually just march their whole way up, whereas the other dudes can get back on the boats. Light infantry offense, 15%. A comet has been sighted. A terrifying thunderclap over the skies of our capital late last night heralded a terrifying, awe-inspiring sight. The very fabric of creation seemed rent asunder by flame and smoke, as if by Zeus himself. People cowered in their homes, seeking to avoid the certainty of imminent wrath of the divine. Almost as soon as this manifestation had appeared, however, it crept away over the horizon, seeming to settle on the territory of our neighbor, Enochia. In haste, the resident expert in matters of faith was summoned to explain this mystery. According to Athenodorus, this event can only a message sent by Zeus, intended to legitimize our position, chosen by the people, as the chosen people. Athenodorus insists that Zeus might have made a minor miscalculation when he sent this message into the lands of our Henochian neighbors, and that we must do all in our power to possess the city of Macedeke, where the divine communique must have landed. So only the territory of Macedeke will continue this event chain. We got 10 stability. So a comet. That's cool. A comet flew past, landed in Macedeke, and we now have an event to say that if we could take this, we'll get a bit more story out of that. That's kind of neat. Unfortunately, they're my ally. I'm not really planning on attacking them right now, but maybe in future. Next on the chopping block is Sarmatia. Now, we're just going to get them as a tribal vassal. That's my hope. We're still not ready. Oh, we've got 10 pops here. But before we can colonize, we need them to be our religion, our culture. Dominant, but they're not. So we'll activate that. That population conversion is going to speed up now a bit. And as well as that, maybe we'll invest in a building like a temple to speed that up even further. That's good. Not too long now and they'll be able to start propagating outwards. How did Tafros do in the end? Oh my days! 38! We went from 22 to 38 in the space of like 5 years. Pops. That's crazy. And 43 here. Man, we are thick with pops now. And that gave us an extra building. So how's the split looking? We're still predominant. Oh, no, that's the province. Oh yeah, we're easily Hellenic. That's nice. We've got a few tribesmen left. Some slaves. Good. This is great. And there's just a bunch more people coming in from all over. This is excellent. This is like going to be a thriving metropolis. So what I'm going to actually do here is we're going to promote infrastructure spending. So 80 influence, all the influence we have. And this is going to give us an extra building slot. It's going to take 2 years though. But I think it's going to be needed. And then we're going to also start building again. So I'm going to start increasing the amount of libraries we have. And that will give the ideal fraction of citizens an increase, and then we'll get more citizens, basically, promoting. Excellent. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. This one went on a bit long, but it was a cool war against Armenia. We've kind of bounced out. I feel a little bit bad, but if I was the war leader, I would have ended it for everyone. I would have even given cultures some territory, because I'm a nice guy. But the game is weird, and I wasn't the war leader, and they weren't seemingly ending the war, despite us absolutely destroying at the time. And I just couldn't have it drag on and on and on. Looks like the Adrician Kingdom are fighting Macedon. Macedon are probably going to wipe the floor with them. It looks like they are. That's kind of interesting as well. All right, that's going to be it for this episode. Again, it's very late. So I'll probably see if I can record another one tonight. Another cheeky episode. And then I don't know how much more we can really fit in. I'm going away very, very, very soon now as of recording. But I really want to keep playing. I'm having a lot of fun with it. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.